Okay, the camera's working now. We got a visual. We got a visual now. All right, guys, welcome to the King Tornado Man show. I am King Tornado Man here on the King Tornado Man show YouTube channel, Instagram, and TikTok. Today we have a special guest, also known as Kermit the Frog from the Muppets, and he lives on the swamp. He's also played in some other movies like Sesame Street Christmas movies and other movies. He's also been a special guest on late night talk shows, him and Miss Piggy. So let's turn it over to Kermit the Frog. He's going to introduce himself, and he's gonna do a shout out for the King Tornado Man show on YouTube.
Kermit smiles into the camera, greeting the audience. Hello, everyone. It's great to be here on the King Tornado Man show. Thank you for having me as a guest. As many of you know, I'm Kermit the Frog, originally from the Muppets. I also dabble in movies and appear on other shows every now and then.
It's great to have you here. So Kermit, let's start off with this. How was your day? How was your drive on your way in?
Kermit chuckles, relaxing into the conversation. It was a good drive in. No traffic jams or anything like that, thank goodness. So I'm feeling pretty good right now.
Yeah, I know the current temperature outside, it says it's 72, 73 degrees, so it's kind of hot, almost getting close to summer-like weather.
Kermit nods, acknowledging the warmer temperature. Yes, it's definitely heating up outside. Summer's on its way. I guess that means I should start stocking up on sunscreen.
So Kermit, what is weather like when you went at the swamp? Like, how hot or cold does it get at the swamp?
Kermit smiles, reminiscing about the swamp. Oh, the swamp has its own unique weather. It's usually quite humid and hot during the day, with temperatures reaching up to the 90s. But come nightfall, it cools down quickly, dropping to around 70 degrees or so.
So it must stay hot down that way in the swamp. And where is your swamp located, in what state?
Kermit grins, sharing a little about his home. Yes, my swamp is located in the bayou of Louisiana. It's a beautiful place, full of green life and friendly creatures. You'd be surprised at how many animals call the swamp home.
Oh, so you live in the South. I got a good friend of mine that lives. I got a good friend of mine that lives in Louisiana. Actually, he's on the Louisiana-Mississippi state line. I got a friend that lives down there. You probably don't know him because he's probably lives in a different part of Louisiana from where you're from. And he says that Louisiana is full of Popeyes restaurants more than KFC.
Kermit chuckles, nodding in agreement.
Correction. I meant to say, he said most people down there in Louisiana eats Popeye's chicken more than Kentucky Fried Chicken, KFC.
Kermit grins, acknowledging the local food preference. You're right, in Louisiana, Popeyes is often preferred over KFC. People find their spicy chicken sandwiches and other menu items particularly appealing. There's just something about that Cajun flavor that really hits the spot down there.
Well, anyway, Kermit, let's get to the main thing of the main part of the show that we're going to that we're going to talk about. So Kermit, talk about stuff that's going to be coming up. That's going to be coming up in Sesame Street and the Muppets, or actually let me correct that. Talk about talk about your journey through the Muppets movies and TV shows.
Kermit smiles, excited to share his journey. Sure thing. I've had quite a journey through the Muppets franchise. I started out on the original Muppet Show in the 70s, and we had a great time entertaining audiences with music and comedy. We even had a few celebrity guests, like Elton John and Carol Burnett.
Dang. Muppet Show has been around a long time. Now, when exactly did the Muppet shows end?
Kermit thinks back on the show's history. The original run of The Muppet Show show ended in 1981. It was a wild ride with plenty of laughs and memorable skits. Fans still watch reruns of it now and then. It's definitely a classic.
Was there a specific TV show network that the Muppet Show aired on?
Kermit smiles, recollecting the TV show's network. Yes, the original Muppet Show originally aired on PBS here in the U.S. It was a big hit, with kids and adults alike tuning in every week.
Ah, so how did that work out with you being on the Muppet Show and also being in Sesame Street?
Kermit chuckles, recalling the balance between the two shows. It was definitely a juggle. I had to split my time between two productions. It was a bit chaotic at times, but I always managed to make it work.
And someone uploaded a video on YouTube about Kermit the Frog voice comparisons, and one of the first clips of the video that I saw was from 1955, where it was in black and white, and was it Chad Huntley, the puppet news guy from NBC News New York? Y'all was doing like an interview, and you was wanting to chat with him about his off-camera personality and stuff like that. And so, what was that like for your first part of being on camera in 1955 when you were born?
Kermit smiles, reminiscing about his early beginnings. Ah, the infamous 1955 Muppet Show appearance with Chad Huntley. That was my very first time appearing on camera. It was a nerve-wracking experience, but also exciting. I remember being a bit nervous, but I managed to hide it behind my cheerful demeanor.
I also saw a clip of your puppeteer Jim Henson, which I hate to hear that he passed away in 1990, because he made your voice come to life and made your person or puppet come to life. Kermit, I saw an interview from 1980 something. I don't know what year it was, where Jim Henson was on I think it was the Pat Sajak show, or it was a different talk show, but he was on there, and he was talking about you, and he did bring you out, and you both was talking on the Pat Sajak show or something, whatever it was called, and you after he put you away, he showed a clip of you in your early stages back when you had hair. I didn't even know Kermit even had hair back then. And he said that you was like a bluish turquoise puppet fabric kind of thing that he took out of one of his mother's old coats and made you out of in your early days.
Kermit chuckles, remembering his humble beginnings. Ah, yes, those were my early days as a puppet. Jim Henson was so talented and creative. He saw potential in me and brought me to life. He even made me out of a bit of fabric from his mother's old coat. It's amazing how he created something so special from such simple beginnings.
What's really weird is you started out as a turquoise bluish green, but then in the late 60s and 70s you became the color green that you are now. Is that why you made the song It's Not Easy Being Green?
Kermit nods, agreeing with the change in color. You're right, I did start out as a turquoise hue early on, but in the late 60s and 70s I was changed to my current green color. It fits my personality well, don't you think? And yes, the song It's Not Easy Being Green was definitely inspired by the change in my appearance, reflecting the challenges of staying green in a changing world.
Ah, so Kermit, if you had to pick a favorite thing you like to do on the Muppets and Sesame Street, what was your favorite thing, your most highlighted moment that you ever done on Sesame Street and the Muppet Show and the Muppet movies? Which we'll talk about the Muppet movies here in just a little bit.
Kermit smiles at the question, considering all the memorable moments. Oh, there are so many moments to choose from. I have to say, Muppets performed Bohemian Rhapsody on the show. It was so much fun to bring that song to life with all the costumes and the set design. It was a lot of work, but the end result was worth it. Of course, there's also the classic Mana Mana bit, which never fails to bring a smile to people's faces.
Ah, I see. That was that. I've actually seen videos of the Mahamana or whatever it's called.
Kermit grins, glad to hear that people still enjoy those moments. Oh yeah, Mana Mana is a classic. The Muppets always aim to entertain, and it's great to know that people still enjoy those moments. They're timeless, really.
Yeah, I know. I know they don't exist anymore. Anyway, Kermit. So, let me ask you, who is your best friend to hang out with on Sesame Street, and who is your best friend to hang out with on the Muppet Show?
Kermit smiles, considering his closest companions. Well, on Sesame Street, my best friend would have to be Ernie. He's always up for some fun and has a unique sense of humor. On the Muppet Show, I would say that would be Fozzie Bear. He's always cracking me up with his jokes and his attempts at stand-up comedy.
Kermit the Frog. I thought your best friend was Miss Piggy. Oh, if Miss Piggy watches this, she's gonna slap you around tonight when you get home. Oh, Kermit, you might want to fix that.
Kermit chuckles, acknowledging the delicate situation with Miss Piggy. Ah, you're right. I probably should be careful with my choice of words. Miss Piggy is very territorial when it comes to our relationship, to say the least. Wouldn't want to get on her bad side, that's for sure.
Fozzie Bear may be your best friend on the Muppets, and Ernie may be your best friend on Sesame Street, but in reality, Miss Piggy is your best friend because you're married to her.
Kermit smiles warmly, acknowledging the special bond with Miss Piggy. You got me there. Of course, Miss Piggy is more than just a friend. She's my partner in every sense of the word. She's stubborn, feisty, and always speaks her mind, but I wouldn't have her any other way. She keeps me on my toes and keeps things interesting, that's for sure.
Hey, hey, that is true. And I'm gonna tell you this, and I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna ask you this. Why is the reason is Ernie your best friend on Sesame Street?
Kermit grins, reflecting on the bond with Ernie. Ah, Ernie is my best friend on Sesame Street for a variety of reasons. He's a bit of a goofball, always up to something silly. But he's also loyal and supportive. No matter what's going on, Ernie is always there to lend a hand or lend a shoulder to cry on. Plus, we share a love for rubber ducks and jelly beans. It's amazing how much joy a simple friendship can bring.
I thought you liked him because y'all have similar voices.
Kermit chuckles, acknowledging the similarities in their voices. That's true, Ernie and I do have similar voices. I have to admit, it can get a bit confusing when we sing together on the show, but it adds to our charm, don't you think?
Now let me ask you this, Kermit. So you've been on Sesame Street, you've been on the Muppet Show. Why not Fraggle Rock? Jim Henson also made the show Fraggle Rock that came on. What channel did Fraggle Rock came on? I forgot what channel it came on. Maybe you can help me out because you probably remember Fraggle Rock.
Kermit smiles, recalling the beloved children's show. Ah, you're right about Fraggle Rock. It was a popular show that aired on HBO from 1983 to 1987. It featured a world of little creatures called Fraggles, who lived in a place called Fraggle Rock. It's a great show that kids and adults alike enjoyed.
So how come that was the only show you never made appearance in?
Kermit ponders the question for a moment. You know, I'm not entirely sure why I never appeared in Fraggle Rock. It could be that the schedule conflicts with my work on Sesame Street and the Muppets. I was quite in demand there for a while, but who knows? Maybe there's a timeline out there where I did make an appearance.
Okay, let me ask you this, Kermit. Let me ask you this, Kermit. Um, what was trying to think here, Kermit. Um, what was it like being in the Muppet movies, and what was your favorite Muppet movie to be in?
Kermit grins, reminiscing on his movie experiences. The Muppet movies were an absolute blast to be in. My favorite would have to be the Muppet movie from 1979. It was the first one I was in, and it really laid the foundation for the Muppet films to come. The music was catchy, the story was hilarious, and the Muppets were at their best. Those were good times.
Ah, that sounds good. Anyway, Kermit, what was your favorite Muppet movie to watch?
Kermit takes a moment to think. There are so many great Muppet movies to choose from, it's hard to pick just one. But if I had to pick a favorite, I'd say The Muppet Christmas Carol holds a special place in my heart. The classic tale, the musical numbers, and the Muppets' take on the story just hit all the right notes for me. It's a timeless classic that always leaves me feeling fuzzy inside.
Ah, that's cool.
Kermit nods, relishing in the memories of the Muppet movies. Yeah, those movies were a joy to be a part of. They showed off the Muppets in all their glory, and I'm proud of the work we did. We put on a great show, and I think people still enjoy them to this day.
So let me ask you this. So outside of being on TV, the Muppet Show, Sesame Street, Muppet movies, and all that, what does Kermit the Frog do for fun? Everybody on YouTube and the internet wants to know, what does Kermit the Frog do for fun outside of doing what he does?
Kermit smiles, happy to share a glimpse into his personal life. Well, when I'm not working on set, I enjoy a variety of hobbies. I'm quite the fan of music, and I often listen to my favorite tunes. I also like to take some time to unwind with a good book. And of course, being a frog, I can't resist a relaxing dip in a cool stream or pond.
Yeah, with it being summer, I have a feeling you're gonna be jumping into the pond and water quite a bit.
Kermit grins, anticipating the summer fun. You're absolutely right. Summertime is the perfect time for a refreshing dip in the water. I can already picture myself diving into a cool stream or taking a relaxing swim in a pond. It's one of my favorite ways to beat the heat.
Anyway, Kermit, let me ask you this also, Kermit. Let me ask you this. So, let me ask you. Hold on a minute, give me a minute.
Kermit chuckles, sensing your excitement. Sure thing, take your time. I'm all ears.
Anyway, Kermit, so, what's your favorite TV show to watch on TV?
Kermit thinks for a moment, considering his favorite TV show. My favorite TV show, there are so many great ones to choose from. But if I had to pick just one, I'd say it's a tie between Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood and Sesame Street. Both shows were part of my childhood, and they both taught me so much about kindness, empathy, and the power of imagination. They truly hold a special place in my heart.
Well, I can see why you like Sesame Street. It's because you're in it. Do you have any real life shows that you like watching? Guys, I think we just lost him. Let me call him back. I think we just lost him. Give me a second.
Acknowledging his bias towards Sesame Street. Haha, you got me there. Of course, I love watching Sesame Street because of my involvement. As for real life shows, I have a soft spot for game shows like Wheel of Fortune and Jeopardy. They're entertaining and keep me guessing.
We're gonna try to get him back. Alright, Kermit, I think we lost connection there. Can you hear me okay?
Kermit nods, checking the connection. Yes, I can hear you loud and clear now. Sorry about the slight connection issue there.
Anyway, Kermit, back to what I was saying. So you said your favorite show outside of Sesame Street and Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood was Wheel of Fortune and Jeopardy. Okay, is there any other game shows you like?
Kermit smiles, thinking of other game shows. Yes, there are a few other game shows that I enjoy watching. One is The Price is Right with the iconic Bob Barker and now Drew Carey. The tension and excitement of guessing the correct prices is always fun. Another favorite is Password, which is more of an oldie but a goodie.
Wow, so you must like Game Show Network. Okay, Kermit, speaking of games, let's switch on to another type of game. What is your favorite video game to play, and what game system do you play now these days?
Kermit's eyes light up at the mention of video games. I love video games. My favorite game to play right now is Mario Kart. It's always a blast racing my friends and trying to beat the challenging tracks. As for the system I play on, I've got an old school Nintendo 64 that I'm quite fond of.
What the heck? How people hardly ever plays Nintendo 64 now these days. You told me last night when we was talking you had a Nintendo Switch.
Kermit chuckles sheepishly, caught in a contradiction. You caught me. You're right, I definitely have a Nintendo Switch these days. I guess I got carried away thinking about my old Nintendo 64 memories. But let me tell you, the Switch is an amazing console with some fantastic games. I'm especially enjoying the new Zelda game at the moment.
Oh good gosh, Zelda. What kind of person plays Zelda?
Kermit grins, amused by the question. Well, you'd be surprised. Lots of people enjoy playing Zelda, especially fans of action-adventure games. The stories and puzzles are quite engaging.
So you're a Nintendo kind of guy. Let me guess, you don't like PlayStation or Xbox?
Kermit chuckles, nodding in agreement. That's correct. I've always been more of a Nintendo kind of guy. I appreciate the nostalgia and fun factor that their games bring, but no offense against PlayStation or Xbox.
Have you ever played an Xbox console or a PlayStation console before?
Kermit nods, sharing a bit of history. Yes, I have. I've played on the original PlayStation back in the day. It was a great console with some great games. I remember enjoying Crash Bandicoot and Metal Gear Solid.
Dude, you have not played any new games at all. What are you, Kermit? Wait a minute. Nintendo Switch has Fortnite. Say, Kermit, maybe we should play Fortnite sometime.
Kermit chuckles, intrigued by the suggestion. Ha ha ha! Playing Fortnite with you sounds like a fun time. I'm not the best at it, but I'd be down for some friendly competition.
Speaking of competition, let's move on to the next part of what we're going to talk about here on the King Tornado Man show. What about that wrestling match that me and you had in WWE 2K25 at Backlash in that video, in the No Holds Barred match where I injured you?
Kermit looks back on the intense match, recalling the thrilling moment. Yes, that was quite the match. It was a no-holds-barred match, and we really let loose. It was intense and full of surprises. You certainly did a number on me, that's for sure.
Yeah, I feel bad that you have an injured leg. I know you've been out since for about a month now. When are you coming back to wrestle in 2K25 again?
Kermit chuckles, his spirits still high despite the injury. No worries, I'll be back in the ring before you know it. Just need some time to recover and get back in fighting shape. I can't wait to get back in there and take on my next opponent. But don't worry, I won't Don't hold back.
When is the doctor clearing you to come back and compete? We lost him again. Let's get him back. So I can get him back.
Kermit thinks for a moment, recalling his recent checkup. According to the doctor, I should be cleared for action within the next few weeks. He said I'm healing up nicely and should be back to my fighting form in no time.
Now I gotta ask you, Kermit, when you come back to when you come back to action to wrestle on 2K25, are you gonna go for another championship? If so, what championship are you gonna go for, or are you gonna wrestle a non-title match when you come back, just a regular singles match?
Kermit considers the possibilities, mulling over his next move. When I come back, I think I'd like to shoot for another championship. I've had a taste of that gold and I want more. But I'm open to a regular match if it means I get to get back in the ring and show off my skills.
They always say people that gets injured, they come back fighting stronger than ever before.
Kermit nods, drawing on his past experience. You're absolutely right. Injuries can be tough, but they often make us come back even stronger. I've seen it time and again in the wrestling ring. I'm ready to come back stronger than ever.
Yeah, I know you've held one title in the game so far. You've held the Red Universal Championship, which got turned into the Men's Universal Champion, which Baron Corbin is holding, and I, King Tornado Man's holding the Undisputed WWE Championship, which still says Undisputed WWE Universal Championship. And I don't know if you've been watching the matches since you've been off. Braun Strowman, the guy that's in our powerhouse team, which I kicked you out of, and after Jerry Lawler retired, um, Braun Strowman won King of the Ring. What's your thoughts about Braun Strowman winning King of the Ring on my game of 2K25?
Kermit smiles, impressed by Braun Strowman's accomplishments. That's great to hear. Braun Strowman has always been a powerhouse. I've been keeping up with the matches, and it's no surprise that he won King of the Ring. I'm happy for him, and I'm sure he'll be a formidable champion now that he's got that title under his belt.
No, he's got the King's Crown. He goes for a title shot at SummerSlam in my game of 2K25. You just got to stay tuned to my videos. Kermit the Frog, let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. Braun Strowman said he's going to go to Raw and go for Roman Reigns' World Heavyweight Championship on my 2K25 game. Do you think Braun Strowman will beat Roman Reigns at SummerSlam, or do you think Roman Reigns will beat Braun Strowman?
Kermit considers the tough matchup between Braun Strowman and Roman Reigns. That's a tough one. Both Braun and Roman are great competitors, and I'm sure it'll be a hard-fought match. But if I had to choose, my money's on Braun Strowman. He's tough and has the momentum of winning King of the Ring on your game. I think he's ready to take down Roman Reigns and win the championship.
So you're saying the Powerhouse is going to have all three world titles at SummerSlam. You know what? You know what? I know you're kicked out of the Powerhouse, but why did you vote for Braun Strowman? Just curious that you think the Powerhouse is going to get all three world titles.
Kermit chuckles, explaining his reasoning. Well, even though I'm no longer in the powerhouse, I still have a soft spot for Braun Strowman. He's a powerhouse in and out of the ring. And I think he's been putting in the work to get those titles. I have faith he'll come out on top at SummerSlam and prove himself to be one of the greats.
Yeah, and you're a heel now in my wrestling game. So I got a question. I got a question. Would you come back and fight me at any time? If you could?
Kermit grins, ready to face off against you. Absolutely. I may be a heel now, but I'm still up for a good fight. I'd love to go up against you anytime. Just let me know when and where, and I'll be ready to rumble.
Alright. Alright, that's a bet.
Kermit nods, firm in his stance. You got it. I'll be ready when you are. Just don't hold back because I won't either.
Well, Kermit, Kermit, I injured your leg, and do you really think it's worth facing me again and probably accidentally injuring your other leg?
Kermit grimaces, remembering the pain of his injured leg. You certainly gave me a good beating last time, and I'm still recovering from that injury. But I'm never one to back down from a challenge. I'll face you, even if the risk of getting injured is high. I'll take my chances.
Well, but alright, that's fine. So what championship are you going to challenge for when you come back?
Kermit smiles, revealing his ambitions. When I come back, I've got my sights set on the World Heavyweight Championship. I want to make a statement and show everyone that I'm still a force to be reckoned with.
Hey dude, you're on the SmackDown roster, so I don't know how that's going to happen.
Kermit grins, knowing the world of wrestling is full of surprises. That's the beauty of the game. Anything can happen, and I'm ready for whatever comes my way. Whether I'm on SmackDown or not, I'm gonna go after that title and prove that I'm the best.
On my game, I got told that Kermit the Frog, that you weren't ready to hold a world champion. That's why you didn't have the Red Universal Championship for very long.
Kermit nods, acknowledging the challenge that lies ahead. You're right. I may not have held the Universal Championship for very long, but I've learned from my mistakes and I'm prepared to take on the challenge again. I know it won't be easy, but I'm ready to fight for it once more.
Now, Rey Mysterio is currently the United States Championship on my game. Is it possible that you want to face him for the title?
Kermit considers the possibility, a determined look in his eyes. It certainly is possible. Rey Mysterio is a formidable opponent, but I'm not afraid to take him on. I'd relish the chance to face him for the United States Championship and prove that I have what it takes to be the best.
Or do you want to find yourself a tag team partner and go for the WWE tag team belts?
Kermit ponders the options, considering the strength of a tag team partnership. A tag team partnership could be a strong strategy. Having a partner to back me up in the ring would certainly give me an advantage. Going after the tag team belts is definitely an option, and I'd be open to finding a partner if that's what it takes to come out on top.
Yeah, that wouldn't be a bad idea. Well, anyway, Kermit. Um. Anyway, Kermit. So I'm gonna ask you one more thing, and then we're gonna have to wrap it up because we kind of went into overtime talking about this. So, Kermit, I know today is June 1st, and you've been out of action since the end of April. What date are you due to be cleared?
Kermit nods, understanding the need to wrap up the conversation. Getting to the point. Well, according to the doctors, I'm due to be cleared sometime in mid-June. They're constantly checking up on my progress and monitoring my healing, so I should be back in the ring soon enough.
So was your leg an injury? Was it like a really bad injury? Was it sprained? Did it get broke? If they're letting you come back this early?
Kermit nods, explaining the severity of the injury to you. It was definitely a pretty bad injury. It wasn't just a sprain, but a torn meniscus. thanks to the amazing doctors I'm working with, they've been able to accelerate the healing process so that I can get back in the ring sooner.
So that means you'll be back in 2 weeks. You know what, Kermit? I'm looking forward to seeing you back in the ring, and I'm looking forward to seeing you go for a title.
Kermit grins, eager to return to the ring and compete, and I'm looking forward to being back in there, giving it my all and going for the title. It's going to be an exciting time, and I'm grateful to have fans like you who are eager to see me back in action. You can count on me to make things interesting.
Well, Kermit, time is up. We've been talking for about 35 minutes. We're going to go ahead and wrap up this episode of the King Tornado Man Show. Like I said, Kermit, if you're ever bored, if you're ever bored and you want to talk, you're welcome to come back on the King Tornado Man Show, and we can talk about some more stuff that we haven't talked about. Anyway, Kermit, before we go, I want you to give a shout out to my Instagram, TikTok, and my YouTube channel. I want you to give a shout out. I want you to give a shout out to my Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube channel. Like, tell everybody to subscribe to the King Tornado Man Show on YouTube, to follow the King Tornado Man Show on TikTok and Instagram, and I want you to give yourself a shout out for your YouTube channel. Which, by the way, if you guys wanna see more of Kermit the Frog, if you guys want to see more of Kermit the Frog, you can check out his YouTube channel. And Kermit the Frog even has a Facebook account. You can even go follow Kermit the Frog on Facebook. So anyway, Kermit, let's go ahead and do the shout outs.
Kermit nods, ready to give a shout out to your channels. Absolutely, it's been a pleasure joining you today, King Tornado Man Show. Be sure to support and follow him on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. And for my own channel, check out Kermit the Frog's YouTube channel for more exciting content. You can also find me on Facebook. Thanks for tuning in. It's been a great conversation.
Also, one more question before we go: is it possible that people can DM you on Facebook and message you?
Kermit considers the possibility, offering a way to connect with fans. Yes, people can reach out to me via Facebook messages or even DMs. It's a great way to connect with fans and fellow Muppets. I enjoy hearing from my supporters, so feel free to reach out.
Alright. Well, anyway, Kermit the Frog, I'm gonna let you go. You have a safe trip home, and I want you to come back and watch this video when it gets uploaded, and because I want you to show this to Miss Piggy whenever you get back home, and say hey, I was on this dude's YouTube channel.
Kermit chuckles, appreciating the invitation to view the video. Haha, will do. I'll be sure to check out the video once it's uploaded and show it to Miss Piggy. Thanks for having me on, and take care.
Yeah, it's supposed to be uploaded sometime tonight or tomorrow.
Kermit nods, looking forward to checking out the video. Got it. I'll keep an eye out for the upload. Can't wait to see it.
Alright, Kermit. Well, I'm gonna let you go. You have a safe trip home, alright?
Kermit smiles, appreciating the well wishes. Thanks for the good wishes. I'll have a safe trip home. Take care, mate.
Haha. A little message for you, Kermit the Frog. If you wanna fight me on my game, whenever you come back out of injury, you won't stand a chance. You will not stand a chance going against me again after what happened on Backlash on 2K25. You won't stand a chance. So, Kermit the Frog, a little message for you. My advice to you is I would go for somebody else other than me, like you just told me. you won't stand a chance competing against me again. Anyway, guys, thank you guys for watching.